At any rate, looks like we are going to get going though, guys. Way Station finally beginning here. Fresh best of 3 for you all. We'll see you in just a moment. Alright, in-game, ready to rock and roll. Alright, Blord's name is a little bit different in-game. We'll talk about the introductions. For now, spawning the bottom left corner of the map, a Terran resident of the clan Rebirth Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, Babysky.
In the top right, as the red Zerg, it is actually Blord.
I like his decal. Or sorry, decal for the other non-Canadians out there. It's this nice, beautiful picture of Pulse. I'm being told Vanessa Tello is not actually his girlfriend, but indeed a model. So, wishful thinking, I guess.
Yeah, he wishes.
Kind of reminds me of that one player we cast in the Zotac Cup, Demi Lovato. He's always got like a different celebrity name for each of his different like Smurf accounts. But alright, so fresh series, guys. TVZ. It's nice to have a not mirror matchup. I think actually between the 3 days we've been casting Copa America, we've had more mirror matchups than non-mirror matchups, and I'm really, really refreshed to see something a little bit different. TVZ in these spawn locations as well, in my opinion, fantastic.
They're a lot better than the other spawn positions, but still, it is an unfortunate map for late game TVZ. The Terran player has a difficult time getting a 4th base.
Oh, so I know I told you about the Swarm House video on this map. I don't think we're going to see Swarm House, by the way. But did you see about what happened in that game? Specifically with the outermost bases?
No.
So someone actually took the island bases, and I was really excited, but it was the Zerg player, and he did it through 2 Nidosaurs.
Yeah. I saw like someone like on Reddit like thought that was funny.
Well, I think it was more that I was freaking out about it, because you know me, I've been talking about island bases for God knows how long. And
pretty sure he was quoting you.
I actually, you know, again, for like Terran players, I feel like if you're scared of pressure at the natural, take it over here. Though, I mean, the biggest reason not to do this is because, of course, you're always going to be a little bit scared of Mutalisks. But, I mean, even if you're going to be someone who just makes that 3rd CC simply for mutaling and not expanding, say, over here to the right, stick it on the island base. Mule that baby dry.
One day it's going to happen. Just you wait.
It's like lifting to the gold, man. It took 4 months before I saw someone do it, but then Tasia did it, and it made all my dreams come true.
Yes, all your dreams. You don't have any more dreams.
I don't have aspirations. We went over this, remember? I don't go to sleep and I don't dream.
Yeah, we went over it.
Alright, well, on the other side of the map, an SCV looks like it got a little bit aggressive over here, so to poke away at some of the drones. How did it only do 1 damage to that one drone? That's weird. Oh, regen, I'm dumb. Ignore me. Anyways, the Reaper gets in here, starts poking around. Now, as the Zerglings come out, this SCV is sure to die. Yep. But, you know, he hasn't started making a ton of Zerglings, right? Like, we get your standard 4, but he didn't go for the extra 2 to go across the map to try and cancel or kill the SCV that's building the command center. So, I mean, really playing it minimalistically here is Blord.
Unfortunately, we don't know anything about either player, so we can't tell if the one's cheesy or not. What either player is really planning on doing.
Well,
I mean, so far.
Well, I think cheese aside, I mean, it's pretty standard stuff out of both. The one thing to keep an eye on, of course, is how Babysky decides to use his Hellions. Again, I'm very excited to start seeing a lot of Terran players keep those initial 6 Hellions alive, repair them, and come back with Hellbats for the follow-up push with Marines.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, now it's normal, but like.
Well, that's what. Well, it's not really normal yet. It's still, I think, a lot of players are adjusting to it.
No, I meant like you were. Never mind. Never mind. Right now, They're just doing normal stuff. Babysky is going for actually I lost his Reaper. He's going to go for Banshees behind this as opposed to a really fast third, which is definitely something you want to do on this map. It is not only is the fourth almost impossible to take, but the third is still kind of out there, and it's still really hard to take. I mean, they make 20 lings, you're going to have a hard problem. So by putting on a lot of aggression on the other side of the map and having something that gives you that map presence is usually a better way to go. Potentially kind of like metagaming this, I don't know, or just knowing what's usual on this map. Blord is going for fairly fast lair. This could be for fast Mutalisks, which kind of shut down Banshee, Hellion hard.
Yeah, all 4 gases being taken. You don't really do this for Hydralisks. And this is definitely not the map for Roach Hydra. Although it can work. I've seen players like Tefl make it happen, but I think opening with the Mutalisks is going to be a little bit stronger. Because again, like Terran players are so notorious right now in StarCraft 2 for just not taking anti-air early on. Even mech players, they like Thors are delayed. It's always Hellions. Focus on the Banshee to start. 3 lings don't do anything but scare off the SCVs. What?
Okay, then.
Oh, he's a little focused on the home front, still defending against the Hellions, I guess.
Not a good choice to go with the Hellions in there.
That's a really awkward creep tumor, actually.
Yeah.
Because if it had been placed southern, or even over here, it would get the ramp.
I don't know, but he did see the Baneling nest, I believe.
Oh.
Yes, he saw the Baneling nest.
No, this is a cool creep tumor. I take it back. This actually puts the Spire out of range of a typical scan, I think.
Actually, I'm not so sure about that. Depends if he tries to...
Well, I guess it depends. Like, he'd have to wiggle it off a little bit. Because, I mean, look at center on the layer. It's off screen, so... I don't know.
I guess so. It'd have to be pretty perfect. But anyways, he
cool
saw the
potential.
Baneling nest, but he also... I believe he also saw the lair. No, he didn't see the lair. All right, so with a Baneling nest just there, it's actually hard to believe he doesn't think this is going to be an all-in. It was on 2 armories and engineering bay.
Oof. That's gonna sting a little bit as far as his production goes. He's going
unfortunately
mech.
with mech, you don't get a lot of anti-air. Even one Thor can be magic boxed by just 7 mutas. I mean, it takes a long time to kill it, but still. So that is it's unfortunate, but I think he knows what's coming. I mean, there's no third, even though there's a Baneling nest. That's just precaution for someone who is going for 2 base mutas anyways. So just assume that it's 2 base muta. Get some engineering bay or get some missile turrets up.
Actually, I like the Widowmine choice because again, like you're never gonna get that cluster hit to kill a whole pack of mutas early on, but the Widowmines will take out 1 Mutalisk per Widowmine, so it does help thin the numbers pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, that's for sure, and it's the quickest way to get anti-air.
It kind of sucks losing his presence on the other side of the field like this. For Babysky, it's not that he's trading out evenly, technically, quote unquote. Like, I mean, not there, but I mean, as far as overall goes, he's keeping the queens busy. He kept Vanessa Tello from taking a third, sorry, Blord rather, from taking a third, which is now on the way. But he lost his map presence, so there's nothing seeing these Mutalisks coming until it's too late.
Well, I think with the Thor coming and all that, he's just guessed. Plus, you know, going into Thor. Hellbat? That's what I'm looking for. Going into Thor Hellbat is just, it's safe. Yeah, it's standard and it's safe.
But no, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he didn't see this coming. There would have been a turret put down in the main for sure.
Yeah, he had missile turrets going down, but they were in random locations. Really random locations.
The Widowmine's struggling to get back up here, but let's not forget there's an overseer here, so they'll be able to detect this. However, the repair is good. He's going to keep the Thor alive.
On top of the SCVs.
Oh, God. He could have actually done a lot more with this. He decides to pick up the last couple SCVs with glaive worms. Suicides the mutas for this. I don't know that that's really going to be worthwhile. And it's funny because we had Babysky so far behind resources lost, but now that kind of helps even it up a bit.
That Widowmine softened a lot of those SCVs to even kill in the first place, which is funny. But I think that was okay because I think his plan... Never mind, it's not. I thought by going for an infestation, but his plan was to go directly into swarm hosts, but he's going directly into a hive, and he's just now on 3 base. Like, you can afford some swarm hosts, and that's just enough to scare a mech player, honestly, like, even a few. So you kind of afford not being on a bunch of gas. But going for a hive? Like, trying to get Vipers, I guess? That's something you need a lot of gas for, because you also need other units, of course, besides just Vipers.
I think the problem, too, was... Oops, sorry, I just had to reposition my mic there. I don't think he identified that was mech until like the last second either. I mean, like again, like we're talking about Babysky not seeing the Mutalisks coming, but at the same time, Babysky, Vanessa Tillo, again, sorry, different names here, for Blord, didn't realize this was going to be mech right away. So, I mean, the melee upgrades are a bit interesting. He's gonna go full on Mutalisks with this. It's a strategy that can beat out Mech if you can get to that number of like 30 or 40. But if you're stuck in like 20 Mutalisks, you're never gonna win the game.
Then I don't really agree with him sacrificing those mutas anymore. If he sacrifices the mutas, goes straight into Swarm Host, that buys a lot of time because he doesn't have any tanks. That's it. That's something that we've seen before. I mean, people go two-phase muta all the time against someone that they know is going to be going mech, and they don't die automatically because of it. But he's I don't really like this choice. But the thing about mech, usually they're not pushing until 150, so you have a lot of time to make up for those mistakes.
Right, but I'm saying like earlier today, we saw like a similar thing in the Acer Team Story Cup, if you recall, like just going mass mutas. Mini Razor who's killing everybody left and right with them. I mean, Beetles when execute correctly can be good, but the problem is you have to bulk them up. And Ultralisk Caverns coming down behind this, like I feel like Blord's gonna have this really cool late game composition, but instead of having like 5 Ultralisks and like 40 Mutalisks, he's gonna have like 1 Ultra and like 11 Mutas. Right?
That's a great way to put it. This is gonna be the problem right now for Blord. And luckily, as I said before, the mech player is going to wait till 150. Sometimes they'll even wait till they're max. So that gives you a lot of time to actually get this Ultras Cavern and like have a low amount of units and make up for it as the game goes on, you know, because eventually you are going to get an economy that can't afford it. But if Babysky like pushed out right now or something like that, does Blord really have what it takes to stop it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's, well, we'll have to wait and see. This small hit, by the way, again, like this is one of those things where the Roaches could even deal with this. The Thors are so good against Roaches, but there's such a low count of them. Magic box the mutas, distract the Thors, come in with the Roaches, bam, 4 free Thors.
Yeah, he should get these Thors. Hit squads with mech just don't really work out. They're too costly, so I'm surprised that Blord did not go ahead and try and take that on.
You know, you say that, but then I can't help but reference Goody, who's like the only guy who does like tank run-bys. Like everyone,
that's the sacrifice of his tanks eventually.
Right, but I mean, like everyone else, we're so used to seeing like, you know, Hellion run-bys, maybe the Thor drop from certain players, but oh, that's gonna sting. But yeah, with this many Thors, it's gonna be really difficult to engage. I mean, even with the Ultralisk out guys, you got to consider, even without like with chitinous plating, that's still only like level 3 armor upgrade equivalency. Like, he's not got much invested into these. His army is small. It's like I like the composition. There's just not enough of it.
Both of these guys, fortunately for Blord more so, I believe, both of them are going for the late game composition just really, really fast. Like, he's trying to get a bunch of Ravens. Blord's trying to get up to Viper Ultralisk. This is something that you usually see around the 25-minute mark after they've done the whole Swarm Host Muta shenanigans or the Roach Hydra shenanigans. They just kind of skipped that part. And I feel like that would have been a great opportunity for Babysky to actually push and kill a couple of bases, because his armies look so much better for a long time. Agreed.
Something really cool just happened to me outside of the game here. Take it away for a moment. I did not know if I left our channel bot moderating / on while we were doing this, it would give us notifications if somebody subbed. So I just got this big message on my screen that I hope didn't show up on the Copa America stream. I don't think it catches the screen region of it, but in case it did, my apologies, guys.
Babysky still pushing out. He's always pushing out with not a maxed army, so you know there's always more back at home. But it's still enough. It's still enough to scare Blord, who doesn't have a lot of anything. Wait, that's not the correct way to put it. He has something of everything. Here we go.
Blinding Clouds are coming down, but of course Blinding Clouds only stop these for a little bit. I mean, as you see, they walk out ever so slightly. Thors are so big that their hitboxes leave the Blinding Cloud before the unit actually does, and I mean, the Roaches are really what was key here, not the Ultralisks. And he's making more Ultralisks, not more Roaches is the problem. If you identify your opponent's got a low siege tank count, you can either go for like a lot of Lings and a lot of Roaches or Swarm Hosts. But Ultralisks, I don't know, like they've got a role in this game, but the Ultralisk is not what's going to win you this game.
I think that could have been taken a lot better by Babysky.
I'm sorry, those are like 2 foot of ducks. Like, what the hell was that?
He didn't walk out of the Blinding Cloud. I mean, eventually the Thors like AI'd their way out, but that could have been done a lot better. And in fact, you can even kite a little bit against it. But it is what it is, and they trade kind of evenly.
Whoa, really? Wait, does he have a Greater Spire?
No.
Why is he making Corruptors then?
Because he saw the Ravens, I'm pretty sure. But as we know, Corruptors really aren't the greatest thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, okay, these will clear the sky of the 2 Ravens and the 1 Viking. But that's my point, right? Like, you're making 11 units to kill 3. I don't know. I don't like this choice out of Blord. Like, again, like his composition has gone from like being something I liked that was too minimal to just, I don't know, a grab bag of units. I mean, look what he has.
In these exact positions on this map, we've seen someone who just did not know how to deal with Mass Raven mech. Remember?
That
he
is
just,
true.
Kept like ramming his head against a wall with corruptors.
But this like isn't Mass Raven mech. This is Babysky really focusing on the ground army. He's not made that air transition yet, and he probably won't until he's like on a 5th base. At least with the way he's spending his money right now. A couple Ravens, of course, not going to be bad by any means, but Blinding Clouds go down and the Ultras get on top of this. Tanks are already out of the Blinding Clouds though, and the Hellbats, well, they don't stand up too well to Ultras.
That was an odd move out by Babysky.
It really
I think
was.
because his initial push outs with an odd supply of army was working out so well, he was killing those bases. He figured he could keep doing it, but there's a reason you only usually see them move out after a long turtle time at 200, and that's...
I feel that was kind of like paranoia. I mean, we've seen it happen to a lot of players too, where they move out, not because there's any strategical value, but you just think like, okay, maybe I should move out.
Yeah, but that's the thing about mech, is that you
just turtle.
Don't have to, especially since his economy is booming, guys. This is not like we saw some other games where there's 50 needles running around making Babysky really pressured and nervous. He has been completely fine on his side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, both players have an absurd amount of harvesters. Of course, Blord has a little bit more with 89 drones available in play, but I don't know. I don't like this idea of constantly diving for the Ultralisks. Maybe if he was already on 3-3. Like, if this was 3-3 a while ago and then he had started investing, that makes a little more sense. I can't show you guys because we're not in the game hard overlay, but, like, I can guess probably a good, 9-something Ultras have died so far this game. Those are not cheap units.
They are doing their job, though. I mean, it's an odd way to play it, and I think it wouldn't work out against someone who was really, really, really good at mech, a pro gamer, but it's been doing the job, and he's got enough economy behind it that it's okay to do it.
Alright, well, look at opponents to the base down here. This is not a planetary fortress, worth noting. And he will bait out these 2 Widowmine hits. Really nicely done there with those Zerglings. So now he's got an opportunity to move in. But it's a lot of Hellbats. Again, like, he's constantly investing in these Hellbats. You should, because that's your mineral sink. But
cool.
Wow.
Corruptor was sent forth with the...
Oh, I wish I had
missile.
I wish I had seen that. My bad, because I was busy focusing on the Banelings that killed all the tanks. Oh, wait, there's like 1 tank behind this and a new one coming in. But, like, yeah, this couldn't have gone worse for Babysky. He's going to lose the orbital command center. The other command center is not flying away from the Corruptors either. Quite frankly, with a couple more Blinding Clouds and Abductor 2 on these tanks, the Ultras should be able to push in here. The depots are not raised, so he doesn't have the SimCity working for him. Good game is going to be called, and looks like Blord, a.k.a. Vanessa Tello, will lock down game number 1.